110 in Lexington, that's where the Puerto Ricans landed. Forgot the name of the dog, but it's a special breed that's trained to hunt rats. This is my younger cousin's room. Black Rob was a major figure in my neighborhood.
You can only have like 7-round magazine.
This is where the chopped cheese originated.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's a beautiful day out here in Harlem. I'm in El Barrio. This is UFO Fev.
And we out here in Jefferson Houses. Project, school, prison pretty much look the same. Same yellow, same brick, same floor. All that. We got the K9 from the big dog. What's up, Warm?
What's good, bro? Shit.
It's one of the legends right there. The neighborhood, man. That's one. I see legend right there. Trash shoe, you gotta be careful because there's usually rats in there. You know what I'm saying? They crawl. I don't know how. I used to have an uncle who had a little dog. He was a janitor, a super of a building. He would throw it in the trash chute, let it fight with the rats. You know what I'm saying? A little, I forgot the name of the dog, but it's a special breed that's trained to hunt rats, man. And he would throw it in the chute, close the chute, and the dog go in there and just have the time of his life, come out with blood on his face, all crazy. And it was because of that. So up here, man, you gotta be careful when you throwing your trash out. You just open and throw. You don't leave it open too long because you might get something hopped out on you, and you don't want that, trust me. We're gonna take you inside the apartment, man. Pretty much what the living rooms look like. You know, we got my ancestors, we got my grandmother here, my moms, and my aunts. We was poor before, but it won't happen again, you know what I'm saying? So even my family that's in the projects, they make sure they holding it down and they like to live comfortable and they respectful people, and everybody is pretty much like that. We thankful, man, like I say on the wall, man, we thankful for everything we got. We got some family photos, you know, we always got to show love, you know, proud Latino family. I'm Puerto Rican, man, so we Boricuas, a lot of pride, you know what I'm saying? We got our ancestors, you know what I'm saying? We got everybody flowing through. You can see, look at my cousin when he was getting money, he was out thinking big time in South Beach. This is what the full apartment looks like, the layout. You can see the bathroom. This is my younger cousin's room. This is my aunt and my uncle's room. And there's a linen closet over here. So when you look outside the housing apartments, there's usually a letter. It's like E or B. That represents the apartment and the line you in. You know, 5A, 5B, 5C. And this is what all the apartments will look like in this line. You know, for example, so this is like a 5E, for example, then this is what all the E's will look like from 1 to 14. You know what I'm saying? All the bedrooms, everything is the same size, and it all looks the same. You know, like I said, we make do with what we have. A lot of my family, we came from, you know, poverty, struggle, and hustle, and all that good stuff. And a lot of our younger brothers and cousins and generations, male and female, were around to see us and my uncles and my aunts do their thing. So they are doing a lot better than we were as far as achieving things, you know, cousins and everybody, little brothers going to college. So we celebrate them. That's why there's a lot of pictures on the wall. My aunts, everybody are proud of all the achievements my younger cousins and the next generation are achieving, and so am I. So I try to keep that motivation in my heart and then push it back to them, because just them going to college and doing stuff was bigger than, you know, any aspirations we had. We was here. Everything we did was here. So like I said, in apartments, there's always an A line, B line, and then there's always 2 staircases. There's a A staircase and a B staircase. All housing staircases. I don't know, it might have been like the 90s. I was a young dude when they started stripping them and they all look gray. This one is painted up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's primarily, it's gonna look like this from down up. There might be some piss on some floors. You might have to jump over some stuff. But this is it. So when we used to run from the police, it used to be down here. I used to be able to jump this staircase on like 3 hops. You can't do the same thing no more. The RICO charge is crazy. One of my aunts right there standing, you know what I'm saying? This is what it is, man. It's the foundation. When I came up in Johnson, I spent most of my childhood hanging out on these benches with these guys right here. You know, it's predominantly small neighborhood. There's only a few blocks, a few avenues. It ranges. It starts, some people say 100th Street, some people would say 98th, all depending on, you know, politics and stuff. We go up to 135th, 132nd in Madison. That's where the East River starts going up west. And the last houses over there are Lincoln. There's about 22 to 23 housing projects in a 20-block span. We don't slack out here. My boys be up to date. You know what I'm saying? So you good?
Yeah, hell yeah.
God bless. We all trying to lift each other up, be positive. There's plenty more of us. This is a church as well as a Catholic school in the neighborhood. I personally didn't go here, but there was a father that always came out and played ball with us. $1 million homes and some tenement buildings. You know, but more importantly, this is where we balled at for most of the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm also show y'all the first half basketball court. It's a little bigger than this one, but that's where we really had most of the basketball tournaments at throughout our neighborhood, was on the first half. And as things got crazy on the first half, we started balling on the second half. Plenty of memories of hanging out here with dudes like Chop, dudes like Sharp, Andrell, Boogie, plenty of the dudes that are no longer with us, man. I want to shout them out and give them some time to shine, man, because they used to be out here on this dead end with us in this park right here. This was like a dangerous park back in the day, and this is where everything used to go down right here. This is where, like, if there was a crew out here, you knew it was trouble, you know what I'm saying? This was the dark side of the projects. We got steps, y'all. Here we got some New York City. Right here are the chessboards, the legendary New York City housing chessboards. These been here forever. The benches were blue back in the days, now they're red. There's a movie called Strap with Bokeem Woodbine that came out back in the days with Fredro Starr. If you look right here, this is where the window Bokeem Woodbine jumped out when Fredro Starr and they were shooting at him. He jumped down here, he hopped his fence, the police chased him, and he ran through there. So if you look up the movie Strapped, is you can see right behind me. You're gonna see there's a part in the movie this is the exact angle of everything that happened. I was a young man, I was standing on the outside, I watched it, I remember. I thought I came out in the movie, I was hyped. They paid the icy man to give all the kids ices back in the days on the movie set, and that was turned up because I thought we was in the movie. And then when we seen it, you just see like a flash of kids, but we couldn't really see ourselves. But you definitely could see the projects and him jumping out the window and hopping down. This is a daycare center right here that's in the project. We're here now on the first half courts of Jefferson. You can see the floors are done up. Got the project housing right in on the floor. Purple and gold. This is where all the tournaments went down. There was a tournament called Big Joe Day. Rest in peace, Big Joe. He lost his life I was a baby. It must have been the late 80s, early 90s or something like that. And his brother and his family were predominantly important to the neighborhood. So they continued his legacy by throwing basketball tournaments every summer. So every summer it would be jumping out here. We would be having basketball tournaments you would come outside 8 in the morning, you would start shooting around, you would warm up. The big homies will come outside maybe by 9:30, 10 with boxes of t-shirts, just boxes of t-shirts, and they'll pick the teams. Rest in peace to Black Rob. He used to be out here on the mic running it up. I watched Cameron play ball here. I watched Jim Jones. Big Joe, the dude who they did the tournament referring to, he passed away maybe 14 feet away, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of things happened over here, man. Plenty of stuff I've seen, good and bad. Spanish Harlem was predominantly one neighborhood. It was one block, 110 in Lexington. That's where the Puerto Ricans landed. It was an Italian neighborhood. The Genovese mob had this neighborhood. So John Gotti, all the legends have ties here as well. Palladino, Pleasant, all that was run by the mob. So now that is you see gentrification going on, you pretty much know why it's happening. When we were growing up, you didn't go over there. The reason Jay-Z shot the video in Rails is because not too many black people or Latino people are allowed in Rails. We stand in Jefferson, but if you was to go down to 98th, Isaac, then coming up more up north, you have Washington. We have Clinton, Carver, Forster, Taft, East River, plenty of housing developments. In this development right here, this is a 14th floor development. There's 4 floors on each floor. There's 56 units in this building. This building is a 7th floor building. 2225 is one building. That's 7 floors with 4 units. That's 28. This is also another building, 2235, with another 28. So, you know, 56 units in most of the building. You can imagine that's how many people in every building, you know. And that's just one building. We got 1, 2, 56, 56, that's 112 already, you know. This is another 56 we already at. So you can count that as you go, and every project has half. So we on first half, there's a second half, then Johnson has a first half and a second half, and so on and so forth as we go south or as we go north There's housing developments all around you in the Spanish Harlem area. So it's heavy community based, but it's also like inside base as well. If you understand politics, and a lot of politics inside of your projects and different housing developments, you don't step outside. But if you step outside, you're from East Harlem. Black Rob was a major figure in my neighborhood. And here behind me we have the memoriam, the shrine. And when he passed away, the night he passed away, we was all out here celebrating him, showing him love. A lot of people came out here to write, leave candles. Throughout his journey, it was ups and downs, but either way, he still celebrated the things he done. And no great feat. Nobody in our neighborhood has ever done those things. So even in passing, we love and we show respect, because in passing, you should always show love and respect to those that have crossed over. So I was happy to see everybody come out and show love to Rob. And regardless of what the internet thinks, his people where he's from, 2235, his original neighborhood, they still love him. It's another young man that just passed away. I personally didn't know him, so we walked over here to see if I did know him. But it's a young man, 17 years old. I'm not too sure the details what happened, but here's a memoriam to it. It happens way too often, man. You see we got Rob's candles on the other side. Here we got this young man's world famous Jefferson Houses sign. Every project development has one. This is ours right here, looking run down, tilted over. They got to do some work, but this is what we got. It's pretty much a representation of what we have out here, you know what I'm saying? A little bit, but we try to make it the best. So this is our sign right here. We on Killer First right now, so this is where Dame is from. Dame Dash. This is called 1199. These are like what would you call them? I wouldn't call them low income. They're not low income at all. They're like duplex condominium kind of joints, you know what I'm saying? But it's still hood in there. But the apartments are beautiful. If you can see, they have balconies. They also have 2 floors in them in the apartments. So it's an upstairs and a downstairs, and this was always dope. I had an uncle who lived here, and coming into 1199, although it was still in the neighborhood, it always felt like visiting somewhere else because the apartments were so luxurious. We're in the Blue Sky Deli right now, formerly known as Hajji's. This is where the chopped cheese originated. Shout out to Los. We got hit up back here one time, and you know, back in the neighborhood was crazy, man. Los was shot back there making the chopped cheese. Y'all can't tell him he ain't start that joint. The originator, shout out to him, shout out to Frankie, rest in peace to those guys who held us down when we were young coming up. Special right there, man. French bakery right here, 110 and 1st Avenue, man, come try it, it's amazing. Get a tuna sandwich, get a California tuna sandwich or French bread, blow your mind. They famous for their bread, man. Their bread is to die for. You'll see many of the Muslim brothers, the cab drivers coming in. Come on in, brother, you see, just like my good brother. No, what you coming for, the bread?
Bread, yeah.
Told you, tell them how good the bread is. My man Just right here. That's a clothing line called Trouble Youth Clothing Line. It's amazing. Always trying to uplift the youth. This is one of the good brothers from our neighborhood right here. First Ave, 1199 representative. Original. We got Cameron's cousin right here, Bloodshed. One of the original members of Children of the Corn. Passed away in a car accident. This mural's been here since about 97 exactly. I think the Shark Unit, which was a graffiti crew based out of my neighborhood, originally did it. They came back and touched it up.
We're about to finish the video. It's raining outside, so we have to get back in the building. I mentioned that LA has very strict gun laws, but in New York, they got it even worse than us. I guess you can only have like 7-round magazine in your gun, if you're allowed to have a gun.
You gotta be making like a quarter million per year annually, carrying like 60,000 in cash to even apply for a gun license in New York State. You rolling around without one and you get caught with it, that's a mandatory 1 to 3 on your first offense. Oh, yeah. They can't take that from us, you know what I'm saying?
No, I back this out.
Hands on. Too. Free everybody that's down the river for playing with them toys, you know. They'll be back soon, man. Them non-violent offenders, free y'all too. All my hustlers getting money. All them dudes in shock, taking that 18 months. All my young boys holding it down. All 5 boroughs. You know what it is, man. But we in El Barrio right now. Spanish Harlem. Staha, we rocking.